more money sat right there. What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another video. Now today, as promised, we have another van video and we'll be addressing my coolant leak, which is coming from the radiator. So let me show you. So background on the van, we've had this van, I say we, me and my dad have owned this van for a while, and the mileage when we bought it was on about 116,000, and now she's on 127, and we've never serviced it. So today we're going to do air filter. I was going to buy a fuel filter, but I need to see which one. There's two different types, so I need to see which one it is first, and I need to order a rocker cover gasket at the same time because that's leaking. So we're doing an air filter and we're doing oil and filter, and then we will be swapping out this radiator. I don't know if you can see down there, but she is leaking, very minute. And then I was going to change the coolant bottle. I can't seem to find the right one, but I'm going to take this out anyway because you can see it's full of dirty old water. So yeah, I don't know how this comes out, but I'm going to take you along for the ride so we can figure it out together. But yeah, that's what we're doing. That is the well, that is the plan anyway. So let me show you what we've got in here. We've got a new air filter and oil filter, and then our new radiators in here too, which I'll just quickly unbox. And I should have done that already, but I didn't. Now this, the reason why I could have just put rad seal in it and we would have been all good. The problem with that is I use that as a last emergency resort. So this radiator was £27 from my favourite place, Euro Car Parts, but we won't talk about that. A deal's a deal. So in here we've got new fixtures and new rubber mounts, which is nice. Hoping that's the same right one. Pretty sure it is, hence why I bought it. But yeah, 27 quid for that. Obviously we've got our screw-on filter for the oil filter, and then just an air filter, a cheapy one. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm not sure if we're going to do it inside or outside because you've got all these boards here for the roof that I need to move. Ow! Which is full of screws, and my table's full of stuff as well. So I might just drive the van in just so I can get the front half in, so I might drain the coolant outside and then drive her in. So we've got the van just hanging out the shed. You can see just down here where you can see where it's leaking, all that manky water's coming out somewhere. But I've put it here because obviously I don't want all this manky water going into my unit. So it'll just run down here. Don't worry, it's not coolant, it's just manky old water. So what I'm going to do now is that bottom radiator hose, undo that, and it's nice and hot, and then I'm going to try and let all this, well, I'm going to drain all this first, and then I'm going to open up the thermostat housing to try and get it out of there as well. Obviously I've undone the expansion tank bottle, and then I'm going to try and let that drain. I'm going to get this grill off because it looks like there's bolts that go through here, so to get this radiator out, and we might remove the air box as well just so we've got space. So I'm going to get on with that. Let's see how this goes. I'm sure I'm going to get burnt fingers, so let's get the tripod on and get to work, boys. Just how I like it. Oh, look at the state of that. That's why you don't put water in your cooling system. That's bad. No difference whatsoever. Right, it's update time. So in the engine bay, I've removed all the top and bottom radiator hoses. As you can see, there's stick outs there, and there's another connection just down there, if you can see where my finger is. That's for the reservoir. So now, and obviously I've removed the grill. It doesn't really help because I thought there was just going to be access to undo these ones here, which is not. So it looks like you don't have to take all of this cowling out with a fan. Disconnected that little line there and just moved everything out of the way. I've taken the airbox out, which is over there, just to clear up as much space as possible. So everything's disconnected from the radiator. As you saw, all that nasty water, hence why I want to do it outside. I can just pressure wash this and it will all go away. So that's gravy. So I'm going to undo these and hope for the best. So with them undone, oh, you're getting somewhere. What's that? There must be a disconnect somewhere. Not like the fan works or anything. So now I can get to them 8 mils. So then remove, I should be able to swivel this out. That's my plan anyway. There we go, so they just pull out. I should do anyway. There we go. Move that out of the way. Should be able to get our radiator out. There she is, she's out. And by the looks of it, she's seen better days just down here. I think it started to corrode. I'm not too sure, or rusted at the bottom. Don't really know where she was leaking from. But my guess is it's something to do with this corner. These fins are damaged. Look, it's just falling apart. I feel like a defeated man. So, didn't film much because I was swearing quite a lot because this radiator nearly got the best of me. So the radiator fits fine, but it does, I don't know if you can see just where my finger is, has another additional outlet which mine does not need. And I don't have anything up here yet because I'm still in the middle of moving. So it came with these new, I don't know what you'd call them, I don't know where the bag's gone. So it came with new like feet for the bottom rubber things, the rubber feet what the radiator sits in to stop it from moving. I've had to use one of them and try to bodge it for now, just so it doesn't leak. Don't mind that, this one's now got a tap on it so I can drain it, which is nice. So I've just gotten it, I've just been flushing normal water through it just to clean out any crap. I know it's not a proper flush, but I don't really fancy digging that bottle out. I have changed the, I don't know if that's the level sensor or the, yeah, it must be the level sensor, because every time for years this van's been flashing at me saying it's got no coolant in it when it does. So I just replaced that instead of replacing the whole bottle. I know I should, but I'm not dealing with that today. It's just a van. That's all I got to keep saying to myself. It's just a van. So radiator's in. I'm hoping that bodge is going to hold water under pressure. We will find out. So now I'm going to shove in some, I haven't got any pink coolant, but I've got some deionized water. So let's set you up so I can fill that up, and then I've got some leftover blue coolant from the for the BMW. So I'm going to shove you here. My lunch. Yeah, right, let's fill this up. Just check for leaks. Don't know how much this thing takes. I'm just gonna fill her up. Hope to Jesus that she stays full. And then we'll lob all that in. Doesn't look like it's leaking. Let's get some blue coolant put in it. It's not dripping. Before, when I first tried to do this, it was dripping. At least it's got some coolant in it. It's better than just having water in it, I guess. Just gonna let that drip away. And then I'm gonna open up this, I think it's a bleed screw on this thermostat housing. Just gonna open that up as well. Not like the van's running or anything. Whilst that's just bleeding through, I'm just going to shove the airbox back in. Hopefully you can see me. So I've turned the van around. As you can hear in the background, it is running. As you can see, she is at 70 degrees. So she's holding temperature. I've bled most of the air out. I'm just going to keep checking on the little bleed screw on the top of the thermostat housing. I've put our engine flush in. That's why I've turned her around, so we can jack her up and get on with the oil change. I've done the air filter. I didn't feel the need to show you the air filter because you've seen me do air filters 1,000 times. It's literally 2 screws. Take out the take the top of the airbox out and then fit our new one. So that's all done. So let's move on with trying to get this oil filter off, because one of them screw-on ones, they never like coming off, so probably should have checked that before I put the engine flush in it. But hey ho. So let's go ahead and do that, boys. So I didn't film draining it because you've literally just seen me do that on the BMW, but you can see our black filter down there, new one, just screws on. This torch is absolutely, I literally just bought this and it's like dying already, but I don't know what the that can just sit there before I launch it. But yeah, so everything is done. You can see our new shiny new radiator down there. Did have some casualties with the fins, but I'm not going to be too worried about that. Yes, my coolant's still brown after it's mixed in with the new stuff, but it is what it is. I'm just going to monitor both the oil and the coolant. The radiator isn't leaking, touch wood. We've got a new air filter, a new oil, so I just used some out of the 20 litres there. That oil filter was not fun to get off. I had to go see my neighbour again to get some an oil filter pliers because I couldn't get it off. And I was panicking because I put the engine flush in it, but all is good. Oil filter's changed, there's no leaks. So successful mission. So that means in the next video of the van we'll be tackling look at the staining. We'll be tackling the inside of this beast to try and make her a little bit better. I am planning on, if any of you camper van guys know of a good like curtain pole that I can put along there so I can put some curtains to make like a fake bulkhead, that will be very handy to know. And I actually drove it on the on an A road today, and the wheels are helping a little bit. I didn't think they would, but it seems to help ever so slightly. So now we can hit 70 mile an hour and it is just over 3,000, so that is a lot better than before. Whereas if you remember when we were getting the engine for the E46, we were hitting 70 and it was like nearly 4, I think. So it's brought it down a fair little bit. So I'm happy with that. The wheels are staying. I do need to get some new tyres because that one side keeps going flat. So I will address that side. But other than that, the van has been all good. Hopefully now we've got a new radiator in it, it should go on for a bit longer. So we need to clear out this mess inside. But anywho, I'm going to wrap the video up here, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. stay tuned for the next video. I bought diff oil for the E30, not E30, the E90 330D, so we'll be changing the diff oil, and I need to get the cabin filter, because that wasn't right in that video. So next video will be the E90 diff and cabin filter, just a little one, so we can get that done. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. Like I said at the beginning of the video, we're at 900 subscribers, so we're only 100 away. So if you haven't already, go smash that subscribe button to keep you up to date with the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Cheers and gone. Bye. And I've been counting days to get